require horrendous amounts of
Welcome to Shreddit
grinding.
Plays.
It's
I'm Reborn
fucking
Pyro. We're
awful.
playing Death Stranding. We're here with
I'd love
Marin,
to do
Namba,
your side stuff.
Lemon, and
I'd love for you
Lev
to
is
not
also
do
here,
my
but Lev
side
is probably
stuff.
just
You know,
hanging
it's
out.
pretty cool. Yeah. Right, let's get into this garbage. I mean, great, wonderful, amazing game.
Alright,
that I'm
we're
recommending
gonna
to
play on the
everyone.
hardest difficulty.
No, you
Other
didn't.
than other,
You're going
You,
to no, because
I
you don't
love,
pay attention. You're going to get.
yeah.
You're going to get killed.
I love how you always choose the hardest difficulty and then you get bitten in the ass for it.
Reborn, you can only choose the hardest difficulty if you don't suck at games. And as far as I've seen, that only applies to maybe Yu-Gi-Oh. But even then, you still got your shit pushed in at least
Yeah.
dude,
once or twice.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Um,
I'm kind of with Reborn. You try the hard mode, you know. You just see what's up.
yeah, unless
yeah,
you,
but I
unless you
tried it
can't,
before,
unless you
but
can't
no, I
change
at
the
least tried to
difficulty in the
try
middle of the
first.
game.
Yo, let's start
yeah,
up
I don't
some
think you can.
discourse on hard mode. Fucking Persona hard mode.
Until you get
It
several
doesn't work
game overs
because then
consecutively.
you just kind of catch up with the level curve. You just have an extra hard time in the first dungeon,
but
and then
which
from
one?
there on
I
becomes
gotta
which
agree.
one?
Persona 4 is...
4 and 5 are the ones I played.
Alright, so I played
Alright.
Persona 4. Persona 4 was my first Persona game. I was like, I'm just gonna set it on very hard mode just because it's a JRPG and they're normally easy. I proceeded to spend 28 hours in the first dungeon.
Yeah,
Damn.
JRPGs that aren't balanced
Set it to
correctly
no.
are ones that are
Dumbass.
easy on normal difficulty. JRPGs that are balanced correctly have difficulty on normal,
Alright, so...
are normally difficult.
So as you can see, this is the player character. His name is Doom Guy.
No.
I don't care about
Take
Death
a space.
Stranding. Like
Yeah, well, you're an
Okay.
idiot. Shut up.
the one game.
if you're really gonna start
No, I look, Reborn.
on Let's Play 4,
Hold
I'd
on.
really rather just move on from that conversation. That sounds like the most obnoxious thing you could possibly do, Lemon.
No,
Trust me, I've
no,
seen this before.
The only reason I said that is just because you guys were like, oh, the beginning of Death Stranding, nothing fucking happens, so why not talk over it?
My entire ass on him. As I was saying, Persona 5,
This is
base
the ones who do the same
Sort of.
thing to fucking
Yeah.
Trails.
Huh? Yes, because it's shit. Fuck you.
Fuck you! Those games related to the conversation, I was actually gonna bring this up. Are actually have difficulty on normal mode. Well balanced.
Okay, it
Namba,
has not been
Namba,
5 minutes, and you
Namba,
motherfuckers
Namba.
are already fighting and talking over each other. It hasn't been 5 fucking minutes.
Listen,
No, the
Listen,
thing
this-
that would solve this is a mute lemon button. Like, it's just that.
Why?
Listen, no one
why
can
me?
afford
I
that.
have done nothing wrong.
because you're a nerd. Nerds are stinky.
Oh yes, I am the most nerdy one. Actually, I probably am
It's
the most nerdy one.
It's that we're
Listen, on the nerd scale, I'm literally right behind you, Lemon. Just about.
I was thinking to myself, there's no way I'm like
You
the
fucking
only nerd here. What a, what a freaking idiot.
How do you? This is the easiest part in the game, and you somehow manage. Oh my god.
Oh
Find the
man.
body, dude.
So-
Go find your body.
So I was thinking to myself, there's no, like, you can't reasonably call me the only nerd here.
Yeah, you gotta go
but
down.
I probably, just for sheer virtue that I know too much lore in Trails and I am into Toho, is makes me the nerdiest person here. Oh my god, it's the baby cutscene thing! That was the biggest meme of when this game was revealed to me. Or it was revealed globally, and I saw the trailer. It was like, it was the baby.
Alright, are we gonna have a
my
death
baby.
counter? Because this was the
Funniest
first
fucking
death,
shit.
and you somehow still screwed it up.
We should have had a death counter for Trails. It was so fucking hilarious. We'd be at like,
Too much where you could-
75.
No, if you just slightly paid attention in Trails, you probably wouldn't die as much. From this, I don't.
no,
I just don't know how you can
that's
die as much.
That's not necessarily true. A lot of on the harder difficulties in Trails for certain combat situations, you
You don't
can't
have to pay attention, of
necessarily
course.
have it. No, you don't. You can't necessarily have a generalized setup that'll work in every battle. Every once in a while, you might have to give yourself different status
Damn, she's hot.
immunities, or for specific boss battles, have
Guys,
the boss
we're not
Oh,
playing
shit, the
Trails.
body of a
adjacent
fucking,
strategies.
We're not
boss
playing-
What's her name? I
strategies.
forgot her name. Oh, Fragile. That's right.
Oh my god, is he
Um,
really going on about Trails? Can we not? Jesus.
Like there
do that.
was.
We skipped the beginning movie of
Levin,
the
I will
game. Can you
literally
tell us in Reborn?
stop
I have
talking.
Alright.
no clue.
No,
Alright.
I'll because obviously
And I
nobody
once
knows.
again bring
So,
up the mute lemon button.
Yeah.
There was
So-
one specific boss battle that took
There's
like
this character,
30 minutes.
Norman
not more.
Reedus, because he doesn't play anybody else. He's
Hello,
just Norman
Astroid.
Reedus.
Welcome to the Lemon Fights with Namba and Marin podcast.
It's mostly
Oh,
Marin
wow.
just
Shut
fucking
up.
yelling
No,
at
it's
me.
the most of us try to have a conversation and Lemon just like forgets the fact that
conversation doesn't mean
Excuse me,
fight
I was trying to have a
Even when you start
conversation. You're the one who's
You
like,
only
now
start to
let's
ramble
not
when
have
you
a
run out of
conversation.
content to actually talk about it, or get tired.
Jesus
Yeah, at the
Christ.
same time. Right, so in Death Stranding we play as Norman Reedus. He's not a different character, he's just Norman Reedus.
Don't forget.
And so, yes, and we have to deliver packages with our border baby. That's also not a chip. Reborn!
He broke his legs. You broke
That's the
that
second
poor
death.
Norman Reedus's
And
legs.
how long was the last one?
It was maybe 2 minutes ago.
He fell!
It's a plat.
No, I jumped.
Yeah, 'cause,
I didn't think I'd take full
English.
damage.
No,
What do
because
you
Sam
I
was
thought you had played this game before. Reborn. What do you mean?
not enough.
You just forgot that you take fall damage. You'd think that's something you would learn early on into the game.
No, because
So let me give a quick recap. So my name is Norman Reedus. My mom is the president of the United States, and I was delivering packages trying to live peacefully. And
Can I?
this bitch
one
who
thing-
might be my sister, I don't remember, just told me that they need help in the city.
No,
One thing real
Fragile
quick,
is
do you
some
actually
other
have to-
chick who-
Do you actually have to play a minigame just to respawn?
No, you can skip it, but I think there's something that happens if you don't do it, so it's more like you probably should.
So you have to play a minigame in order to respawn.
No, you don't have to, but
I mean, if you want to
probably
be
should.
really reductive about it to make a point.
No, but you could ignore it. It makes it harder. I will admit this game is kind of stupid with some of its choices. It's very Hideo Kojima.
Well, from what I understand, first of all, of what little I've seen, and second of all, what I've heard, it's not really a good game. It might be a good experience movie type thing. Might be a good piece of art, but it's not really a good game.
Listen, it's like VR porn, right? And the concept is amazing, right? But in
No,
practice,
because
it's
this does
dog
not
shit.
get me that. Well, the visuals get me erect, but not that much. Not relevant. The point is that this is the most movie Kojima game I've seen in a while, where every time you walk from place to place is basically like a loading screen between the next story portion.
I
So
don't,
you
I
cut
don't
out-
think I don't think it's the most movie you've seen in a while. Most movie game you've seen in a while. I think it's the most movie game. Period.
No, no, because I've seen stuff that sort of takes a more movie approach to something and blends it well. But this is the one where I felt like I was playing it for centuries, and while I was having a good time, I also started to realize, wow, this feels kind of dumb. Like, what's the point of doing this? Just to see a number go up? So then I started avoiding doing quests and just continued the course of the story. And I'm like, hey, it's a pretty okay story. Wish I didn't have to do all this other traveling in between it, but
Yeah, so I would probably get.
Hulu or Until Dawn.
yeah, 'cause, well, Until Dawn does it better. very better, much better. Because very better is a word.
Well, those are more like visual novel type things. And I barely regard visual
Oh my
novels
god,
as
that makes me
games
realize
anyways.
something, yeah. Steins Gate cannot take the credit for having the first visual novel with animated scenes. That would go to Until Dawn. Or Heavy
Until
Rain.
Dawn came out before Steins
Heavy Rain.
Gate.
Well, there's
No,
a game
which-
before Heavy Rain.
Yeah, what was it Fahrenheit?
2007. Yeah, Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
back. It still
when-
says I'm disconnected.
When
though.
Steins Gate Elite came out, it said that it was the first combination of animated cutscenes on a visual novel. So-
Well, Japan is full of themselves.
Yeah, David Cage beat him to it.
Most Japanese people, not being racist, but yeah, when they accomplish something, they make a little full of themselves. Some say humble, but others will break their necks to suck their own dicks.
Oh god, I gotta go across the river.
Visual novels are less games and more book-movie hybrids.
Isn't
Nope,
that
yeah.
what the original Jumpstart games were? They were
Nope,
just visual
nope.
novels.
You know?
What are the Jumpstart games?
You know, like the game with the barrel monkeys. I don't know what it's called. It's like
I-
Monkey
You
Quest.
mean the toy Barrel of Monkeys?
I do not know this.
Are you
Somebody here knows what I'm talking about.
Jump?
It was Monkey Island.
Oh.
That is a
Oh,
familiar
shit, Monkey
sounding.
Island.
It's a familiar sounding name, but
You're probably gonna get washed away, I think. But Monkey Island.
Donkey
if-
Kong
if we talk
Country?
about
What
it-
are you talking? What?
talk about something called Monkey Island.
Monkey
This-
Island's pretty good.
Right now, we might as well be on a Monkey Island. It's just a voice chat full of monkeys.
No, we're
Ooh,
on
oh, right,
the
you were
Renaissance
talking about a
Monkey
visual.
Fetus train.
Well, yeah, it would be.
Dude, imagine if there was a mod for Death Stranding, but you could replace.
Wait, why is this
the little
fetus a doll? I thought it was a real baby.
How far
Yeah, you
behind
have
is
to
your
wait.
stream, Marin? It's been a while since Reborn died.
Or are you
Miracle,
looking?
I know, but
I think you. I think it changes after, because I don't know, because I didn't kill myself multiple times like an idiot. So
I do know that when I played this before, it was the unupdated pirated version, Cough. And the baby was a baby, like
Cuddle.
it didn't look like a doll.
yeah,
so
no,
it's
it's like
supposed
that.
to be
I
a
think
doll.
no, it becomes a regular baby after a certain point.
But it's
But I
supposed
think
to be
for
a
right-
doll at the beginning.
I think so, yeah, because you're not connected to the little fetus dude yet, which gives you psychic powers, as you know. That's what fetuses can do. That's why you should
Yes.
go to adoption center right now and grab a fetus out of the trash
Yes.
can. Go fuck your treasure.
Out of the trash can? Who's putting fetuses in the trash?
I don't know where they go, man. What else do they do with them?
They put them in a crib?
No, you throw them away.
Oh, I mean,
Oh. I know mothers like to eat the placenta. Maybe they just eat the little crumb fetus and just throw it away. I don't know, man.
A fetus
I've never been
is
to
just
one.
an ungrown baby. Like
Yes, but what do you do with an ungrown baby? You don't want to kill
you
it. just
leave
throw
it in
out.
the
Let it-
mother's belly.
No, this is an adoption center. This is an abortion center, actually. We get rid of them.
Incinerator probably.
Do you really want to be known
Eat
as the
'em.
baby incinerator?
I mean, that's probably what they do with them. Like, they're not
Call me
gonna.
back in college.
I know that for most medical supplies, they put them in the specific containers that are like, this is medical stuff. By the way, this
So
could
you're
be
telling me that they
contaminated. By the way, so
Oh God, Mama's hot, dude.
so it's not like they can just throw them in the trash, and that would be gross, and that would be smelly.
You think they just
So
throw
they
the
probably
fetuses in like a
incinerate it.
bucket full of needles and shit?
No, that's what I'm saying. They probably incinerate it.
I would throw them in there. They're contaminated. Gonna
Yes,
get
but
such a low rating, dude.
and he gets an S. He
No,
gets an
that's the
S for
thing.
dying
You
twice.
kind of already, yeah. No, it's that Japanese flair. They're going to be very nice to you.
I think it
Can
might
you get
also be the
anything but
fact
an
that
ass?
the bonus from playing on a higher difficulty.
You get a
How's
bonus
that
for
work?
playing on high difficulty? I don't really know.
A higher difficulty that in the beginning
I
of the
didn't look
game
that hard.
does
You just
literally
walk
nothing.
to a place.
Does the higher difficulty somehow impact you in real life? Did it make Reborn dumber by having him throw himself off of a cliff twice?
I mean, it probably something would happen if he actually messed with the birthday thing because that plays into the story as well. But whatever, a little late for that.
Alright, so they're telling me I gotta go take a fetus to a death site. And I'm with a crew, and nothing can go wrong, right, gamers?
Just doing the abridgment of it. This was an
What was all the 1 hour of cutscenes? Please, there has to be something right there to
Like,
Not
yeah,
really. I
this
could give
is-
you a very quick abridgment, but Sam
But-
Porter Bridges, played by Norman Reedus, is a porter, and he's delivering stuff, and he's going back to the city where his mom is, who's the president of the United States or the United, whatever the hell they want to call it now. And yeah, now he has to something other go to other places. It's a very arbitrary reason for him to go all over
Wait.
America and fix stuff.
Wait, Strand gameplay. Is this Dan's? Is this JoJo?
No, shut up.
This is stand.
And so.
I feel like the abridging that is
Oh,
being
now
done
it's
of
a
this
baby.
plot. Now it's a baby.
Yeah, 'cause you should have the BB now.
Oh, okay.
Or the breach baby.
I feel like this attempt to abridge is
It's
like
Mads! Hi, Mads!
BB BB BB.
Yeah, and I can't see these people as characters right now, because honestly, I'm still in the... Wow, these characters are in my video game, holy crap. So it's just Mads
It's
Mikkelsen.
just Maximus.
Yeah,
It's just him.
this is Norman Reedus. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's from Rage.
Oh, the act.
And then there's,
Yeah, that is a little bit obnoxious.
There's Guillermo del Toro, but he's
Some-
not voiced by Guillermo del Toro. It's weird. Also, there's another act. There are other multiple actors in this, which is sort of interesting, but it's also like
So,
I only
So-
see you as the actor. It's weird.
how does this coming back to life work? Does it like repair his body, or does he
Alright,
inhabit
so-
the body of the baby and it somehow
That's-
grows into a full Norman Reedus over the course of like
That's a very
an hour?
good question that
It's
would
called
be
a video
answered
game,
if
dude,
you played the
Jesus.
game. Yeah, it's also stupid when people try to explain why characters come back. So Sam is a repatriate, which is somebody who can come back from the beach. Now he can just come back.
In the next explosion.
I'm not spending my time trying to explain all the stupid crap that they throw
Okay.
into this.
It is like diegetic. He is coming back to life when you die in the video game.
Yeah, like I think so some woman that you will see soon gave him that power for some reason because it's stupid, man.
So what you're telling me is I shouldn't think about the biology of it.
No, the thing is that you should play the game or like read a synopsis or something so you sort of understand
Read
it a
us?
bit better.
No, here's
The
the
point
issue.
of this is so that I don't have to read a synopsis.
No,
especially
but
since
that's the
I
thing.
won't read a
It's
synopsis.
not. This is not there. See, read that. Go back.
The card.
Reborn, go back. Yeah, there we go.
Meaning he can return to life from a place known as the Seam. When killed in the Seam, follow the strand to guide Sam's soul back to his. So
There.
it's returning the soul to his body. The only problem I have with that is how does that make his body like recover?
Listen,
I think
listen.
his body. There are multiple versions of his body caught in time because it's time travel.
Listen,
fucking
listen.
know, man.
The only explanation you need is this was written by Hideo Kojimbo. Any explanation is autistic and requires hours of thought process.
Most of Hideo
But, like,
Kojima's
Hideo
works
Kojima
are
doesn't
fueled
have
by
a-
autism.
He doesn't have a track record of making like I don't know. I feel like people are conflating him with Tetsuya Nomura nowadays. Like he's never been a bad writer.
So-
he just writes a lot of meta stuff.
Are you?
Yeah,
That's
he
what-
makes
that's what-
it. He does.
no-
It is
no-
very complicated stuff.
Nomura is complicated and impossible to understand. Kojima is esoteric and like
Impossible to understand.
yes.
Hold on.
But no, I wouldn't say
And you can
impossible to
understand
It's just
Nomura. It's just
yeah.
that it's you facepalm when you try
Yeah,
to look at it.
Kojima is not straightforward. Nomura is dumb.
I would agree that Kojima is good up until Metal Gear Solid 3, but starting
grab
with
the
Metal
fucking
Gear
box,
Solid
you
4,
idiot.
it just becomes as autistic as Kingdom Hearts.
Chow for
What?
the lasers.
It honestly,
You're gonna-
yeah.
what are you
As
doing?
something goes on longer, it sort of does get convoluted and really dumb.
What happened to simplicity in my stories, man? Like, why can't things be easy to understand?
Because because we're in the future now, and everything needs to be complicated for some reason.
Go
We can't
play
have
a thing that's simple. Like those still come out. What are you talking?
Well, what I mean by that is
Sort of, honestly, like you kind of have to search for games that are more simple, because so many indie developers want to be the next big thing, but it's also like
well,
simple is okay too. You don't have to like Evolver still does simple stuff.
Here's the thing: is when I say that, I don't necessarily mean explicitly simple, but like more readily understandable. Like a lot of indie games, they might not be necessarily simple, but they are fairly straightforward to understand.
Where's Sam?
Reborn, you're going to give me actual motion sickness. Please stop.
Why are you turning up like the
Father, please stop.
fucking FOV or whatever?
I'm trying to take a selfie.
These are really good for creating thumbnails. Actually, if you want to get something unique all the time. Solid stuff.
Is that secretly why all of these games have these camera modes? Is just for internet personalities to make thumbnails?
Honestly, it would make sense.
yeah.
They are.
That's why they added selfie mode to Kingdom Hearts and Wind Waker.
And please don't focus on his penis. He actually
Focus on
gets
his
pissed
dick.
when you do that.
I don't.
Takes a piss.
Yeah, because you're proud of showing your. Listen,
Let's go back to the days when
we know
Wind
you don't
Waker-
wear pants, but okay, don't bring it up.
Let's go
Yeah,
back
we're-
to the days when the photos in Wind Waker weren't selfies, and they also were very low resolution.
Lemon, you're starting to sound like an old man. Jesus Christ.
I know. That was a joke, though.
Back in my day,
the
Wind
picto-
Waker didn't have selfies.
Because no, the picto box in GameCube Wind Waker, the photos actually kind of look like ass. So they're lower
That's a good face.
they're lower resolution than the game itself.
Looks like Jesse Wood.
A little bit,
What
yeah.
about that
No, just
expression?
The lead up to him just looking at you and violently
on,
twisting
hold on.
his body.
Hold on.
Yeah.
And I'm too sexy for my clothes. Too sexy for my clothes. Oh, sexy and hot.
Too sexy for my baby. Too sexy for my baby. I reincarnate with babies.
Hey, you guys remember when I was on that zombie show? Yeah, me too. I think he
It
actually
was like half of my acting career was on that zombie show.
It's not why I'm famous, but it's why most of you remember me. God damn it.
Wait, hold
Why?
on, hold on.
Wait,
hold
if
on.
he's not famous for The Walking Dead, then what is he famous
Wait,
for?
hold on.
No, he got more famous.
I only
Hey, hold on. Hold on.
like this and The Walking Dead were literally the only two things that I know Norman Reedus is in.
Hold on. And now I am the real Xehanort. Ha 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 ha.
Can we
He looks like he's
move
getting
on?
distracted
Can we get something done?
No.
Listen, man, in Death Stranding, you feel like nothing gets done until you're dead.
Where am I
And
going?
you played the game throughout your entire life and you're still not finished. That's
Listen,
Death Stranding.
The hours I put into this game, I legitimately regret.
Death Stranding
enjoyed
is
my time,
longer.
but-
It's longer than an MMO.
MMOs usually don't have a proper ending. I've put more time in RPGs and I felt satisfied. It left me feeling like a German hooker. I didn't get what I wanted and I lost money in the end.
Where the fuck am I going this way? Marin, is
Every-
that you
every-
talking?
No, dude, listen, can you just... Okay, get out the map. Can you mess with the triggers a bit?
Oh, over here. Anyway, Marin, was that you
No.
trying to talk?
God damn it.
Marin.
Thanks for asking, though.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay, that's
I gotta say, every time we mention this game being boring, the first thing that's come into mind right now is Dragon Quest XI. In part because I recently had a minor conversation about it.
Thank
Just,
God.
I think-
thought you were
I
about
think
to say
Dragon-
Trails.
No, fuck, no! First of all,
Take
because
a
I don't think
shot.
that game is boring.
Take
It's
a shot every
long-winded,
time
but I
Lemon
don't think it's
brings up
boring.
trails. You will die.
By the way,
Take a shot every time somebody else brings it up because I like the game a lot.
Is it just me, or does this
We're on
look
this-
like the first town in Infamous?
I
Sort of.
don't think it's just you, but at the same time, I think it's just you.
Yeah,
It's
it's
been a
Infamous.
long time since I played it.
I want to play Infamous again.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's fun.
I think Dragon Quest XI is boring. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, you don't come to this game for gameplay. You come to it for a Hideo Kojima story, and if you don't like that, you might not like this game.
Probably.
Or no-
I thought it was gonna be all
What?
nature stuff. This is a cool setting. I don't know. Look, I'm the kind of person
Yeah,
like will play
you got out like crazy, but I think I understand what you're saying.
Marin likes his visuals.
Chad just
and
nerds, you're not
I
supposed to.
tend to not give a shit about the visuals.
Like, I like if a game looks visually interesting, not like if the graphics look incredible. And this game
Well,
does
that's
sort of
kinda-
make me
yeah.
like, oh, this is pretty, I like it.
I mean,
Well, you
yeah,
can
I
make
can,
something
I can look
so-
at this game and think it looks pretty, but my thought process of this game looks pretty lasts literally 5 seconds, and then I'm like, all right, what else?
Alright,
Like,
so
I-
in case you missed it, the President of the United States just died, and we have to carry her body into a volcano. Who's
And
also
Norman
my-
totally, listen, Norman totally
Was
didn't
that-
kill her.
What's
Totally. Didn't.
So
Isn't that your
Hard-
mom?
Yeah.
Die Hardman? That's
I
right.
think that's his.
That's one of the people's names.
Die Hardman is telling me to carry my mother's body into a volcano. So when I first played this game, I was like, what the fuck? I just kept laughing at the concept of, hey yo bro, your mom just died. Can you carry her body to a volcano a few miles away? Thanks.
I think it's more
Yeah,
funny
if-
that there's a guy named Die Hardman.
I think there's
Bruce Will?
Who else is there? There's another guy named Heartman. Some characters have pretty stupid names, honestly. There's just a
Look how-
character straight
I
up
wish-
named Mama, and you will understand where her name comes from if.
Well,
No.
Mama, it's like that's like a nickname. It's just everybody calls her Mama. That's that
Well,
kind of
no,
thing, right?
she's called Mama because she's literally trapped in the same area her baby died.
Don't we know somebody?
Yes,
who-
but that's
who
like
has
that's
her
like what everybody
mom?
calls her. It's not necessarily her actual name, but nobody knows her actual name. It's that kind of.
Well, no,
thing,
that's the
right?
same thing for Die Hardman. People don't
Oh,
really
it's
know
just
his
a
real
it's
name.
just a nickname. Why is
Yes,
his
I guess
nickname
it's like a
Die
code name.
Hardman?
I
His
don't
real
know,
name is
man.
Bruce Willis.
No, I think his name is like James something or whatever. I don't know.
Well, that's
Bruce
not.
Willis.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
if you-
Bruce
you-
Willis now.
usually when you give a nickname to a person, first of all, it's not 2 words.
Well, it's hyphenated, so it counts.
Do you
Shut up.
think if
Bruce
anybody
Willis.
stopped Norman Reedus here, and we're like, bro,
The
why
body
do you-
would explode. Yeah, actually, you know what? Seeing as Reborn is kind of stumbling, why don't we just let the body sit here and rot? Oh wait, that takes actual time.
Just deposit
Please
it
keep
under
walking.
a bridge, and
Please
nobody
keep
will see it
walking.
for several
happen?
years, right?
No, but I was gonna say, what happens if someone
Yes.
stops them and they're like, "Hey, bro, why are you carrying a body?" And he looks at them and says, "Well, I mean, it's my mother's body." Don't you think somebody would call like the police and the FBI?
Police don't
First
exist
of all,
here.
the police exist in this game, and second
No.
of all, he could just lie and say that he's. Well, first of all, he is a porter, so he doesn't need to lie about that.
And
But
if
maybe he
there's
could
a-
say that
there's
it's
a-
like a sort of ambulance service or something.
And I will walk by.
The funny thing about that is that they have to do body disposals because if they don't,
Yeah,
they
because there's a
turn into something, into
Equipment.
like some material that's like
so specific
Yeah, everything has an explanation for some reason, and it's like I'm not mad at it, but it's also like,
I was about to
what
say
next? They're
how
gonna
I was about to
can't
say
take that.
how fucking far away is this volcano, and why
Very
don't
far.
you have like a car to drive to it?
Oh,
That's
But
that's
there's
something I
cars
ask
to
all the
drive
time.
to it.
it's not an actual volcano, so basically when people die in this game, they go nuclear and explode. And so
It's
I
just
just have to
like-
carry her body far enough away or to an incinerator or something like that so it doesn't go nuclear.
It's just you're walking along this massive road.
That's the
Why isn't there a vehicle?
that's the massive problem that you do bring up, is that there's just a lot of area to cover so early on, and you have to go out of your way to get vehicles. And I'm like, okay, but can I get even more of an incentive to do that instead of just, yeah, you get a vehicle? Why couldn't I just have vehicles in the beginning? Make my time a little bit more, give me another reason to
Just
go
why-
after these.
Why wouldn't this world have dedicated vehicle checkpoints? You would think that this is a thing that this world would have. is vehicle
They do. But that's the thing. It's sort of like, I don't know why, because you had a bike in the beginning of the game, but you lost it because you're a fumbly little idiot, and you lost it off a cliff.
I guess, but you didn't even get the opportunity to use that bike from what we saw.
And a little bit into this game, you do get another bike, but the length you have to go to play it again, or to get it again, is just not even really worth it after a while.
Oh, I can't collect the crystal meth.
Actually, if you played it on release, it sucked, but if you play it now, it is a lot better. Not because of updates, but because the way that the community. Yes, you do
People
get a
made
lot of
maps
crystal
and
meth.
guides. Got it.
No, what happens is since the game is all sort of like a connected world, is what the whole gimmick is. There's a whole lot of vehicles and trucks and stuff people just leave behind, so you can just take them and just go. So if you
So-
played in the beginning, it sucked, but if you play it now, it is a little bit better, because you can just find
So-
random stuff lying around.
So you mean your game is pseudo-connected to everybody else's game?
Yes, but you have to go a little bit of a long way to get that established.
Wait, isn't this
but
just like the nuclear system in Metal Gear Solid 5 where every world was connected?
I don't know.
yeah, it basically is, but people actually had it. It was a little bit better worked on. Instead, we're in.
This game looks amazing, by the way. I fucking love the sightseeing.
It looks
It's a good
nice, I
render
guess.
distance.
But again,
You can also
thought
get
that
similar graphics going outside, you fuck.
yeah, I know that
Hey.
thought process of this.
Listen,
looks nice
this was the
lasts
greatest
me
game
about
when you
10
literally
seconds.
couldn't go outside.
Oh,
And
I
if
thought
you're
that was
a little
Animal
crippled,
Crossing.
if you're a little crippled baby boy, then you also can't go
Nothing
outside.
is stopping you, you weakling little sack of ass.
Also,
You are
have
built
you
like a
tried using
potato.
your legs?
also
I don't
this,
know. It sounds
this
like
yes.
you're
game.
making up a.
I also don't
I
live.
can't
Oh, you have no
in-
legs. You are
I
literally
also-
in a wheelchair right now.
I also don't live in fucking Scotland where the
quadriplegic.
environment looks
Oh,
like this.
so this
No, this is
wasn't-
America.
So this ladder isn't in the base game. It says it was left by Igor.
Yeah, in Igor. No, that's in the base game. Igor is actually an established character who died in a cutscene.
I killed him.
Apparently, Norman Reedus can walk faster on something small than he can on flat land.
Yes. What game lets you do that? If you're climbing or going upstairs, you suddenly move faster.
I think a lot of games do it actually. Where you move faster across narrow objects.
Yeah, people
my-
are playing right now.
My point is, I don't live
Wait,
in.
hold on.
Even if there,
Hold
even
on,
if there are
guys,
parts.
guys. Local man yells at clouds.
Okay. Even if there are parts of America that do look like this, I don't live in them. Like my area
move.
that I live in does look nice, but even it doesn't look like this. And even if it did look like this, I would take like one walk or one hike through the area and I'd be like, all right, I've seen enough. I don't need to do that again.
Honestly, yeah.
Nature just doesn't do it for me. I'm not impressed by seeing the same thing multiple times.
For me, it
Like, what
only
state is it?
happens if I
New
go
York.
out of town.
New York is a pretty looking state, but that doesn't mean that will go. That doesn't mean I'm interested in going out and looking at the prettiness over and over and over and over and over again. Because
Only if it's
like,
new things.
I don't know.
and even if it's new things, it can still be like I'm not getting anything more out of this than when I, when I climb the same mountain 30 times or whatever.
I guess it comes for me like whenever I find something new, I'm like, oh shit, this is new. This is I don't even have to go like if I find a new store that I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. What are they doing there? I don't even go in it, but I find it interesting and like I learn something new about where I inhabit. You know,
Fair
I
enough.
try not to go to the same place, so like the magic dies.
Yes, it's just like a personal thing for me. I understand most people aren't like this, but like
Yes, Lemon, you're special.
yeah. But novelty wears off very quickly for me. That's all.
So, okay, Yu-Gi-Oh. Namba, how much do you know about Yu-Gi-Oh?
About the basics.
Alright.
Up to I don't know.
It's
Yeah, that's
easy.
easy at that
It's
point.
easier to explain how to play it through playing around yourself than it is trying to explain it verbally. This is the case for every board game. You teach someone as you play through like a round or a game of it before you actually go to play it. So.
I don't know what happens if you die with your mother strapped to your back.
The package is damaged.
I mean, it's not like it matters. Well, it's not like it matters if
facility.
It's not like it matters if her body is any further damaged. She's already dead.
You bring her to the facility, she just has like 15 broken bones and a black eye. What the hell did you do to her? I dropped her. I'm sorry.
I thought you were just gonna dump her in the volcano inside of that package like that.
You gotta go to some like containment or some facility where you dump the body and it burns it like an incinerator. Which now that you bring that up, yeah, they do put the fetuses there. Never mind. That's where fetuses go.
So do they inspect the body or something?
No, I don't think so. I think they just kind of chuck it in and let it burn.
Yo, how freaking strong would you have to be able to climb a rope like that with somebody else on your back? A full person.
I mean, he does it with like thousands of pounds of other materials on his back. He's really strong for someone.
Evidently, to be able to climb a rope like that with twice your body weight, it's already hard enough as like just a normal ass with just yourself.
I think we forget that he can also basically come back to life. So life is an endless living hell for him.
No, you see,
That's
in lore,
kinda
the reason
fair.
he could climb ropes is because he has Big Boss's DNA in him. This is found
Yeah,
out
like
in
Canada.
Metal Gear
Konami-
Solid Survive.
If Konami ever took that massive stick out of their ass and realized that people want more Metal Gear Solid, I would love to see Metal Gear Stranding.
You
Well,
know,
it doesn't matter if
you-
people want more Metal Gear
you saw
Solid. It
the
matters if
fucking Game
Hideo
Awards,
Kojima
right?
wants it.
You saw the Game Awards, right? Like
Yeah, now they're just messing around. Or
I
Kojima's
have-
messing around.
I have
Kojima's
paid
like-
attention to the Game Awards.
Yeah, Kojima's like, hey guys, heard you like Metal Gear Solid. Well, what if we made a director's cut for Death Stranding and make the trailer nothing but a giant Metal Gear Solid reference?
I didn't pay attention to the trailer, nor have I played a Metal Gear Solid game, so I might not even have noticed.
They made.
What is
Norman,
wrong with you?
They made Norman Reedus have the Big Boss hairstyle. They gave him.
That's how his hair normally looks.
No, because it's in a ponytail.
Yeah, that's how his hair normally looks.
I'm looking right now.
When you
it's
put
not
on
a ponytail.
when you put on a hat or something.
Oh.
I swear. No, yeah, he puts his hair in a ponytail.
He
After a
grabs
certain
the
point of the
cardboard
game.
box and looks at it to hide. The area looks like one of the areas in Metal Gear Solid 2. It's like almost everything in the trailer is Metal Gear Solid reference.
Including the lemons. No, those are oranges.
Wait, I thought those
There
were
was some
referenced to me.
citrus-based fruit.
I'm a lemon. I'm secretly
You go
a
to
Metal
lemon
Gear
parties?
Solid reference. No, I don't go to lemon parties. Hate to bring it to you.
You don't like going around and having a giant orgy with old men?
Yeah, so see, when I first met
I do
Lemon,
not like
A
that.
lemon party, if you will.
when I first met Lemon, I thought he was gay because I do know Lemon is like a tag for gay, a fanfic.
It's actually not a tag for gay. It's just a tag for sex in general.
No,
that
it's
is
attack for
pretty
gay.
I've never heard of that.
That's probably because you've never been on fanfiction.net then.
Well, see, yeah, see, I'm this thing called normal, somewhat, and I don't read fan fiction.
Alright, so you guys told me this
Oh,
was
yeah.
gonna be hard. I just beat the tutorial. Didn't die a single
Oh no,
time.
because you haven't gotten to the combat yet.
This is combat?
Or the sneaking
look,
around.
Look, man, but there are parts of my life that I'm not necessarily proud of, and I can admit to that.
Listen, a majority is a lot more than you think.
It's not a majority that I'm not proud
you
of.
sure?
It is just parts. Yes, I am very
Okay,
sure.
parts of a whole. So like, are we talking 75%, 85, 90?
We're talking
95?
we're talking
98?
maybe 10 to 15%. I'm not proud of.
Wait,
Times 5.
do
Okay.
I have a monster? Do I have a I do have a monster.
You have to remember you gotta take a piss afterwards.
Drink your gamer juice.
Whoa, that's a literal brand deal. Actual Monster Energy. Awful, Jesus.
So is there anything I can get
What the
here?
fuck were they thinking?
Is there a ladder?
Kojima needs money.
You have to break the window and walk through it.
And I will
Like you're
walk
literally going
along
around
the
where you just
line.
completely avoided where you need to go.
Well,
There's the receptionist.
Oh yeah, there was the thing that popped up in the center there, and I did think to myself, is that just not important?
No, it is. Just reborn is reborn.
he's
Not
coming in hot. He's
surprised.
gonna get hot. He's gonna
What
get
is the
slammed
what
off.
is the point of doing the side to side thing? It looks like
For
it just
enemies.
wastes. It looks like it just wastes your energy though. Like that doesn't look very dodgy.
He just wants to break
Yeah.
ankles.
That's like something you do in soccer to like juke people out. But
Hey,
like,
you gotta
that's
juke people
because
with spears.
well, yes, but that's because the people in soccer are going for the ball. So what you're doing is you're masking the ball behind your leg.
Yeah, and people are going for your balls in your packages. Well, you're going for your package. Listen,
My
when we
point-
get to
my
the
point-
combat, which we won't, but you know,
My point
it's
is
very
that
important.
is that a person, if they saw you doing that and they were coming at you, what they would simply just body check you.
Well, your point doesn't work because these people don't body check you. They use spears and guns and they shoot you.
Even easier.
Yes, but you get guns too, and the guns are actually pretty fun to use. But the game actively tells you not to use them, so it sucks. Sometimes. Yeah, I love this game. This is one of my favorites of 20 whatever.
Awesome.
What, they're gonna waste the
game. It's my favorite game.
expensive bodysuit? They just don't think about. I don't know.
Entire-
If I was running this operation,
Those things are made to be disposable. So, like
It's supposed to. I think
you
the
don't-
material is meant to be against time rain, which is what this rain is, which
Well,
ages
also-
you for some reason. I don't know.
but
Time
also
rain?
you,
Yes, or time fall. There we go.
You don't want
Which I
to
thought I
reuse.
could have sworn Timefall was a James Bond movie.
Do you like? It would be so nasty to
Time to
reuse
Fall
body
is the name of
bags,
that one.
though.
what? Huh?
It would be so nasty to reuse body bags.
Like they
I mean,
care.
if you let a body rot in it, yeah, you probably don't want to use that one. But if you're just like,
Well,
If I
no,
just
it would be gross regardless of how much it's rotted because like the person's blood is going to get
Well,
all over
we'll
the
wash
bag.
it out. We'll throw bleach in there, a little bit of Clorox. Clean. You're good.
And-
wow, that's how he wakes up the shitty fucking baby. He jangles its head around. What a douche.
Yes.
Oh,
It's gonna have
is-
some insane shaken babies and chips in it. Don't worry.
so that is like the next Norman Reedus, and then they pump it full of time rain, and it ages back up, and you can start playing again. Got it. I cracked the code.
Wait,
Sure.
Stop playing.
Did the
It's
game
weird.
just tell? Did the game just tell Norman Reedus that he has to kill that baby?
Yes.
Okay.
Norman,
I just,
Funky feet is no.
I just wanted to be on the same page as the game.
yes,
and-
Norman
and
is
let me
the
get- let me
legendary
guess.
baby killer.
Let me guess. Norman is about to not kill the baby. He's gonna go against orders and not kill the baby.
So,
Even though
I don't
there's
know how to tell you this,
probably-
but that's not a very big guess. It's pretty obvious.
And even though
There's the
there's
robot hand that says there's a spooky man nearby.
even though there's probably a good reason why he should kill the baby.
And all their feet and hands all have 5 fingers. Like it's gross.
Well, I mean, we have 5
So
toes,
weird.
but like their feet look like
no, but they
hands.
look like they're like monkey people. It's weird.
Why do their feet look like hands?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I do
Monkey
not like
people.
calling them monkey people. That's racist.
Oh god, you're right. They're
Unless,
black.
what if they travel?
I didn't think of it. I'm sorry. Don't
if-
cancel me. Wait, I'm
what
black.
if-
I can
what
say
if-
whatever I want.
What if they travel
No, you
by
can't.
doing handstands?
Castle.
No, the laws
Rather-
and everybody else says that I can do whatever I want because I'm black.
Rather than
You
them
can't vote.
having,
I seen it. You tried.
rather than
Well,
them
there's another
having,
reason why I can't vote.
Who got you there?
All right, so
Rather-
I got to the
rather
combat.
than-
Amber BTFO'd.
rather than them having feet that look like hands, what if they just walk around doing handstands?
Well, no, they have.
Alright,
there
so
they are.
see,
Those
he-
are.
This is
these
the
are the-
Invisible Six. These are all Psycho Mantis.
Are you about to go out
okay,
into
so-
the time rain?
Yeah. See, if you. Oh lord. Oh shit, they're a lot faster. There's a lot more than you think, huh?
I was about to say, isn't the time rain supposed to age you? But you.
No,
you're
only if
wearing,
you have
you're wearing a
packages.
helmet.
Yeah, and you're wearing
got his-
resistant material for some reason.
What
Did
the
you
fuck?
know that the
We're
black
about to
people
die.
in the sludge
I guess
are
not.
actually members of Hideo Kojima himself?
It's pretty epic.
That's
See,
a
Asborn,
neat
you say
fact,
that
I
you say
guess.
that as a joke, but I honestly,
That's,
he has so much of an ego. I think he would do it.
yes, it is.
I put myself in the game.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I, bel
Oh,
I,
look, you're
I
gonna have to
believe
fight,
that. I believe
Dolphin?
Assassin when he says
Yeah,
that.
no.
Okay.
I have no reason to lie. Other than for a
I don't.
joke.
I know Conan O'Brien is in this game for some reason. Who
Barbarian?
else?
No,
Well,
it's
there's a lot of
shitty
detective.
late night host.
There's a lot of them. In
Little
this
boy, right?
game. I can't think of anybody else, but I know there's a lot of voice actors that I recognize in this.
That water defies physics.
You're supposed to get away because you're supposed to sneak away, but
Reborn isn't
ooh,
down
epic
for.
control. There we
He's
go.
not.
You're out.
Reborn's not down for sneaking. He just wants to run through it all.
It's called gripping it and
Hey,
ripping
look,
it, man.
look! It worked. It fucking worked. Suck my
I
dick.
mean, yes,
Yeah, let's
it
see how
did.
that
I'm
works
not,
when you have to go into areas where you need to get in and get out without alerting them. It's gonna work.
like I'm not
wonderful.
I'm not saying it wouldn't necessarily work.
Reborn.
I'm just saying that's what you do.
Stay away from the cliff.
I love this.
My,
No, but no. Yes. Assassin, you don't understand. If he kills himself, it just comes back. It's an endless cycle. Life
Oh,
is an
more like
endless
get
cycle of
in or
pain.
get out.
Listen,
tomorrow's
listen,
Nintendo's
listen. You
E3
guys
presentation,
get fucked.
motherfucker.
Everybody talk shit. Oh, why are you playing at the highest difficulty, Reborn? Why? And then I fucking do it, man.
my favorite
I don't
thing
think
to
we have
do.
because this is the beginning. Oh my god.
You've only been playing the game for like fucking.
Are you-
Yeah, this is
30
also the
minutes.
beginning of the
It's
game,
not-
so
My favorite thing to
Thank you,
do
bro.
in Horizon
I'll
Zero
bet you
Dawn
100%.
is the stealth combat. I love
I
being
still gotta
stealthy
play
in
that
Horizon
game.
Zero Dawn. It's fucking great. I love it. It's
I
better
think
than
they-
Witcher 3.
I have to check, but I think I might
don't-
have bought it and forgot it.
I'm not sure why Witcher 3 and Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm not sure why I compare the two to each other, but I do, and I think Horizon Zero Dawn
Because
is
the
like,
main
way better.
characters are both incredibly hot.
No, I think it's because of like the 3D environment characters, third person
Girl was hot,
stuff.
man. You'd,
I wouldn't
you'd
necessarily
do
call
whatever
her.
wants to me.
I wouldn't necessarily call her hot, but like
Not in
game
the
is
second
fun.
game, no. But yes.
the second game isn't even out yet.
Well, we've seen her face, and she looks older. That's all I'll say.
Stranding 2.
I wonder if that's because it takes place after the first game, and she's like
No, but
17
not
in the
in
first game.
Yeah, but it's different, dude. Unless you put on
It's like different,
lot
dude.
of weight in just like a year or two. I don't know, man.
I mean, if she's like way buffer, it does make sense. You do have to be pretty
it's
buff
not
to be fighting
buff, it's
machines
just
all the
kind of-
time.
It's not buff, it's just thick. Like she didn't tone the extra
She-
pounds
she
she
thick?
put on. She just kind of she's just
The-
thick.
She's trying to stealth around the robots, but the clapping of her ass cheeks keeps alerting them to her
What's
location.
this? Oh,
It's my ass.
Why does your ass look like a
so,
pair of hands?
As you can see, the music plays in this game a lot. All of it courtesy of Navajo music.
It's by Lowroy, you dumbass.
I was thinking to myself, is there like a person that Avoy talks to that could be a substitute for that meme? But like I couldn't think of one because there's nobody that she just like talks to all the time in that game.
Oh, that's her name?
Yeah,
Avo-
Aloy, not
Avo-
Avoy. It's Aloy. That's what
Aloy.
it's
A- yeah, that's what I was about to say. I don't know what the hell Halo. Look, I already forgot her name. Okay,
It's
what does Halo do?
Listen,
It's
listen.
A-L-O-Y.
He shoot at the alien.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I hardly expect you guys to pronounce anything fucking right at this point.
Is she like Metroid? The
Is she-
Metroid
Is
guy?
she, is she like Samus?
Who's Samus?
Why are you laughing so?
So stop laughing in the mic.
No.
What? What's got you laughing
Didn't
so
you
much?
guys see the video? If you take off Halo's helmet, he's a girl. Sexy
What?
one.
No.
Haven't you guys seen the video of
Yeah, with the-
Aloy?
Okay, but in all seriousness, yeah, doesn't that happen in Halo?
So bad.
Yes. Yeah.
I haven't watched Halo in years, which I probably should, but
And then it turns out that the person in the Halo outfit takes off their mask and they're a woman too, I think.
and then they make out.
The only reason I know this is because I watched a video of a guy talking about Ruby for 2.5 hours, and the lead director or the creative man behind Ruby is the person who made Haloid. So
Alright,
Yeah,
so
he was
here's
a
the
really
deal.
good
Here's
animator.
the deal. We've been going
Yes.
for an hour now, which means if you guys want to start fighting each other again, feel free.
he's a pretty good animator,
we've-
but his true
Well, he's
skill,
also
I think,
dead, so
I'm going
Yeah,
to bed.
I
He's
think-
fucking dead.
I think his true skill, rather than specifically animation, lied in choreography.
yes, it was also.
visual storytelling.
but
His
you can definitely tell,
Later
because
on.
I'm gonna go off on Ruby and how Ruby sucks
Yeah.
now. But it
his
sucks.
his action combat or his action directing and his choreography were just excellent.
They also did animate a lot of it. But
Yes,
I-
and it's not that his animation ever looked bad. It does look pretty good. It's just I think his
So
specifically his directing and choreography is
I
better.
have not seen any cutscene past where we are now, so I will not be skipping anything else.
all right.
I thought you had supposedly played this game, Reborn.
Oh,
I
boy.
said I had played the first.
Had the
chapter.
intro,
Yeah.
the first chapter. So
So you don't even really know what the combat is like in this game, and you chose the harder difficulty.
yeah, you don't get guns until ways away into the game. So, oof.
Listen, it's okay.
Imagine playing a game for 10 hours and then after those 10 hours realizing, oh shit, I should have played it on a lower difficulty. Guess I gotta start over.
Oh no, I think it is gonna get very difficult later on, with just a lot of the segments, cause I don't know how to explain it. I guess you do sort of time travel, to like the 1900s or into like a world war. I think it's 2, I think. And then you go to Nam, but there's a lot of gunfights, and you might get popped. You might die, a lot.
I'm sorry, but this BP has been pushed beyond its limits.
You gotta kill that baby.
Also is the only option.
But
You gotta shake it really hard.
Sam, get cleaned up and come to the president's office.
He's
We need to talk.
he spent presumably in game it would have been like at least an hour carrying around this baby. And now because he didn't dispose of it when he first saw it, and so now he's being told to dispose of it again. But because he was with it for like an hour, he's become emotionally attached to this baby he had strapped to his back, or his chest. Actually, it was his chest.
Also, I guess it's spoilers, but it's important. It's just important. Yeah, very important.
Is that Die Hardman?
No, the baby.
Wait, that guy looks familiar.
That is Mads Mikkelsen, the actor, from other things. I totally.
Was he the villain in
Hannibal.
Casino Royale? The person who cried blood?
Actually, what else has he been in? I know he was in
Yeah,
something recently.
He's a casino.
Fucking
Royale
Hannibal,
villain.
dude.
Other than Hannibal, I mean, like.
Man, I really like
I'm gonna
Casino
look it up.
Royale. It's such a good movie.
Mads. Oh, that's right. Mads Mikkelsen was in the absolutely horrendous book adaptation of what was it? Chaos something? Chaos Balls. Oh, Pole was pretty good. I can't remember, but it was Chaos Fest, something, and it was a book. It had Spider-Man and Star Wars chick in it.
Hey, by the way, Marin, I have a question for you, buddy. Before we continue, so that anime that we have to watch by Wednesday, right?
Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Yeah. Is it actually good, Marin?
I will say I have watched 3 episodes, and I won't necessarily say it's bad, but I'm not into it. But that might just be me, because apparently the show is supposed to be very good.
Yeah.
It's not turning you on the way you expected. It's okay.
Well, like for example, I was really into flappers, but I'm just not into Revolutionary Girl Utena, and I think the reason why being aesthetics. I really like the aesthetic of flip flappers, but I'm not very into the aesthetic of Utena.
The reason why I'm asking Marin is that the easiest way to watch it seems to be just to pay $15 to own it on YouTube. And I'm like, well, if this is actually good, I won't mind shelling out the money, right?
Don't want the president to see you like that.
I found it on a streaming service, and it's not. It's like.
Is this about being
Well, I
Not
tried
affecting
watching it on 9anime, and all their fucking video servers for the episodes are broke. I had the same problem with Flip Flappers. 4 of the episodes were broke, and I had to search like other streaming services to watch it.
I shall look
Stop
after
using 9anime. It sounds like it
Give my
sucks.
regards to the president.
No, you.
Go back to using like Kiss Anime or something.
What did you say, Lev?
I think 9anime's been fucked up lately.
Yeah.
Currently I'm using Kick-Ass Anime, and it's working just fine. So
Yeah, Kick-Ass works fine. I'll link the newest one I'm using. Seems like it's getting a lot of traffic lately. It's because the fucking, if you're watching like a long series, the videos
It's
autoplay.
almost time to go,
So,
Sam.
Oh, that's based.
No, I'll get through it in
Here.
general. Anime
It's a
surge.
dreamcatcher.
Oh, yeah, so one of the things we skipped because I
Word
skipped
when
all
you
the
sleep,
cutscene, the
and I'll
president
keep
that
the
we just
nightmares
incinerated, she looks like Hillary Clinton.
I'll always be with you.
this game predicted
all-
that
all-
Hillary Clinton would be president, and they predicted wrong. Sad days.
No, this one.
All right, here's something I can say. Wanna know the perhaps cringest thing that I have and will probably ever do?
Good morning, Sam.
Just
Listen,
read-
man, I don't
just
want to
read
hear
it.
your entire life story.
It's not gonna be my life story. I literally just started this like 2 days ago.
What did you do?
So speaking of Monty Ohm, that same video that talked about him and Haloid because it's related to Ruby, gave me an idea. This video is by H Bomber Guy, by the way. Why Ruby is disappointing.
Wait, can
Uh,
I...
Fucking plug him. He has more subs than us. Shut up.
Well,
Don't
it's
say
a
his name.
it's a very good video. It's like 2.5
Don't say his
hours
name.
long, but it's like very good. Fine, whatever. It's too late. Anyways, it gave me an idea because while I was watching the video, I couldn't help think to myself, like the various points he was making about why it's disappointing and bad aspects of it, why the fuck did you just point to like as that was very weird what just happened.
because I'm zooming in on my figurine collection.
Reborn, I need you to do
Alright.
me a favor and
Whatever.
stare at Norman's penis. Just
Uh,
stare at it.
So I couldn't help thinking to myself while watching this video, the improvements that I specifically thought of and would have made to the show
Oh no.
to improve upon it. So I decided, I made a Google document where
Oh no.
that I titled Ruby Rewritten.
Oh god.
Yes, exactly.
Wait, is the text
I
on the
have-
back of the can the same?
Probably. No, like I don't drink Monster, so I wouldn't know.
Do you think people in
Why, you don't want to
Japan-
piss pee rocks?
Why would they not?
You don't want to
keep
piss
it
rocks
safe?
at your dick? It's my goal.
So I have the trailers were really easy because for the most part they didn't need to be changed at all.
Oh,
but
no,
I have-
you're
I have
also
the- I
missing
have
out on
this-
volumes of content.
Well, I have
And
thus far
story.
done. Well, I've I don't know. I've thus far done an episode and a half because I've
Well, why would you?
had
Well,
other stuff to
honestly,
do, but
well, the problem with Ruby isn't the beginning parts, because I honestly would give it a little bit of flack or a little bit of slack in the
Well-
beginning for being a little bit
Wait, why the
messed
fuck
up
are
or
we
not as
talking
good.
about? No,
Well,
we are not talking about Ruby. Hold on.
Shut up, we're talking about
Shut
Ruby.
up, we're talking about Ruby. It's not the beginning certainly isn't good, but it's not like the worst thing you'll ever see. For the most
The
part,
problem-
it's just inelegant with first of all exposition, but second of all, it doesn't really do a whole lot to properly set up its characters and give them interesting
More of the
ideas.
problems come later on into the series and other volumes where Monty wasn't really there to kind of say, hey, can we not do that or can we do this? Because now it's up to two people who are comedy writers, but they're not very good comedy writers. So
Well, the beginning, there's systemic issues that once Monty Ohm passed away, really showed themselves in seasons like 4 through 6. Because the beginning didn't set things up well, and without Monty making great action scenes and giving them different ideas wherever to
died-
play off of,
I think he
the
died
issues. He died in the beginning of the 3rd season.
around like about
as
there.
it was
Ish.
as the 3rd season was airing, I believe, is when he died.
You did well, Sam.
It was a little bit before, but and
But
then
the-
you just
but the-
the animation and then the story took a bit of a different path, and it just wasn't really the same, and it was sort of lost its charm and what it had beforehand, where it wasn't the greatest, but it also had a spirit that it wanted to be different. But now it's not really doesn't have that anymore.
Well, it's
just-
not as though the series
Oh, it's
is
a virtual MILF.
it's not as though the series was bad specifically without him, because the end of the 3rd season is actually great, and he wasn't around for it airing. He was already dead at that point.
Hey, look, it's Hillary Clinton too.
My mother may be dead.
And this most recent season of it is good.
And you, Sam?
It was very good, if you ask me.
Well,
Even though
we
plenty
already
of
know
people
how
don't
your
seem to agree,
tastes.
but
Yeah, we already know your taste, so-
The two forbidden series.
And in all that time, she hasn't aged a day.
That's
But,
another one that I
that's why.
never want to talk about around Lemon now. So
Something I heard of Ruby was, I think 5, right? Is that what they're on?
no, they're on 8. They just finished 8.
Holy shit.
They finished
Okay.
volume 8. If you thought they were only on 5, you were still too late getting out. But at
The
least
last
you
one I
did
watched
get
was
out.
4, and I
so-
was pretty done
The,
with
the
it.
last Ruby I watched
Yes,
was
because
season
4
1.
is probably the worst.
Someone
The,
has to
the,
succeed.
probably
Yeah,
the worst
Reborn, we
season
know
of
you have
Ruby is
bad
4.
taste.
No,
Don't need to
I
remind
watched
Someone
season
has to
1 of
carry on her
Ruby, and
legacy
the guy I
and
was
see
hanging
our
out with, he
country
was like,
rebuilt.
bro, this is like the next
Samantha
biggest anime. And I
America
was like,
Strand,
it looks like
our
shit.
new
He's
president.
like, no,
A
these are
new
made by
beginning for
YouTubers.
our
It has to
people,
look like shit.
for our
It's
nation.
fine, it's good.
Under
It's like,
Emily's
no.
leadership, we'll reestablish
ironically,
ourselves.
now that you say that, Ruby is literally the only reason
This is
Rooster
how
Teeth
we'll
is
build our
still a living company.
We'll need
That's no, that is no. They got Death Battle. They purchased Screw Attack. So
And what happens if Death Battle runs out of steam?
I think they can live off of Death Battle.
You ran away.
But
I don't think that's gonna last very long. Either.
and RTX.
They had
RTX is still a thing. So
Genlock. That's
yeah,
getting a
but
second
the
season,
thing is
apparently, but
even if their other animated series are good, nobody fucking gave a shit about any of them. Whereas Ruby
that's why
became
I'm
like
saying
a fucking phenomenon.
That's literally why. Oh my God, Lemon.
No,
Well,
it's like
that's what I'm saying is
They have other
that-
animated content
that's-
that people enjoyed, but it didn't do as well as Ruby, so they just sort of like.
Yes, I was
they're
agreeing with you. It's Ruby and Death Battle that they
Why
live
you have
off
to
of.
rephrase it, dumbass? Jesus.
Well, because
Just say,
Ruby
"Oh,
isn't
yeah,
literally the only thing. It's that Death Battle is the second thing.
Well, I wouldn't count Death Battle as a Rooster Teeth thing as more of their own. I would count it more as a entity they took and said, "It's ours now. You made this? No, we made this."
Didn't Kojima already make the same enemy type in Metal Gear Solid 5 with those invisible enemies that came in with the fog?
But we managed to make it all
I
the way
don't.
to Edge City.
I know
Right,
they only show up like
so
3 times, like once.
No, so the thing about this lady is she's special.
team was wiped out.
Just a little retarded.
Family
But
was taken.
something about Dooms lets you see the little ghost sperm things, and so if you have different levels of it, it lets you do other things. Like the fragile, that lady with the umbrella can basically teleport, and some other people can control BTs. So
I just can't.
maybe somebody has invisibility powers, but it's not really
Safeguard the
shown.
continued
At
independence of
least
Edge Nuts.
it's more
as
so
a-
just like.
That's what her keepers are saying, at least.
I zoned out, so the only thing I took out of that was ghosts.
Emily's their insurance
Ghost
policy
sperm?
in
Yeah,
case
okay.
we don't.
That's all you need to know.
That's all I need to know. Ghost sperm.
Homo demons. Militant separatists.
Oh, and now there are homo demons.
It's run by the homos. I knew it.
So what does the Shredder Plays crew think of all this? They're like playing Death Stranding.
Nothing's off
I
limits.
we play
literally
more,
was
or-
paying
Even
attention.
engineering void outs.
Well, it depends. You
It's very
clearly,
good for
you
just
clearly.
talking amongst ourselves.
You think the
Yeah.
suicide?
Yes, but whenever I have a topic, you guys fucking shit the hell out of it.
Oh my
so,
god,
like,
you're missing the point. You're so far off. Like the reason
Decentralized by nature.
we get mad at you.
No
and-
one organization to rule them all. Just a common
Like it's okay to
ideology.
go on to say
I
something,
know
but Jesus,
not
man,
everyone
chill,
shares our vision for
relax.
the
This is
future.
time to calm your brain and just
If we Americans
laugh like
don't
you've been
come
smoking.
Every time
like
you try to
just smoked a
demonstrate
whole
what you
bowl.
think the problem is, it only makes it worse. And
I carried my mother's message
Oh.
to people all
Marinette.
over
Look at him here,
the
Lemon.
world.
I'm sorry, I'm not a fucking shit
talking to Lemon.
poster.
Was willing to accept it.
Yeah, that is
More
the
than a
problem.
few
You're not a
would
shit
rather stay
poster.
isolated.
You're
yeah,
like an
we
old
would
teacher.
got it.
Sorry, I try to have an actual conversation.
Sam.
You're right on the money, dude.
Who the hell comes to the
I
internet
know.
for
Only
conversation?
controlled by force, by men
No,
who
I-
tell them what
What
to
in the
do,
name?
who take away their freedom and
Not a real legit
Jerry,
conversation. but
you got
something
your
real fun.
Huh? You're no better than the demons. Just another
your
kind of cult.
They're
No,
not
call them the
shadows,
homos.
Sam.
The cult of
They're a
homos.
symbol of our bonds. That's what we need
They're a
right
symbol
now.
of our
Not to
bonds.
stand
This
apart,
is
but to come
Shredder
together.
Plays. This is the
To
symbol
form
of
carbon
our
bonds and
bonds.
reconnect.
That's some
Sam,
meta
we brought
commentary
you to
right
the
there.
West.
Haha,
Finish.
you're an
Also,
American?
this-
Well, you're gonna get handcuffed.
The people she left behind have been hard at
Because you're
work
shackled to
setting
the
up chiral
US.
network terminals. But these terminals are still isolated.
Oh, so it's like
We need you
Ubisoft.
to
I'm
bring
going
them
to
online.
towers.
And for
Yeah,
that,
basically. Or
you'll need
little
a Cuban.
shelter things, and they want you to deliver stuff in
This
between, and they
contains
want you
all the
to go
necessary
back and forth.
security and
Ooh,
operations
MacGuffin!
protocols to integrate a terminal into the Chiral web. Take
Look,
the
it's
Cupid
dog
West,
tags, so
Sam,
you could look like
and
Big
reconnect the
Boss.
people of our great nation.
I don't think
you
those
get to
things
Edge
come
Nut
into
City,
play much
Find
later,
Emily
I think,
and bring her home.
other than to activate the towers or whatever they're called, bases. It's,
After that, I'll
Her
take
name
over
Not
the
is
very.
presidency
spelled.
and
Her
carry
name
on
is
mother's
spelled
work to
Amelie,
save the country.
and it's pronounced
This was
Emily.
Bridget's dying wish.
listen, this was written by a Japanese dude, so give him some slack. He's a little dumb. He's a little stupid,
We need
okay?
you.
They can have moments.
Bridges now. I'm not a Strand. Hell, I'm not even part of this outfit.
I'm not JoJo.
You
I
all
don't
saw
have a
that.
stand.
I'm not getting involved with you.
I don't
or
have
anyone
Star
else
Platinum.
ever again.
Hold on. Let me
Wait.
go find a song that would fit.
I don't have Shining
Norman Reedus.
Diamond.
See,
don't have
Maybe a
Hermit
Pearl Jam
Purple.
song?
same as it ever was.
Sam! Sam!
Like just run through her like she did. That must be so
Hold on.
offensive. Honestly.
Stop! Listen to me. America needs you. Both of you.
Yeah, covering the world in cable didn't bring
America
in any
needs
war
you.
and
Don't
suffering.
vote.
Don't act surprised when it all comes apart if you
Oh,
try
I
to
have
do
to
it
Pokemon
again.
go to the polls,
Round and
don't I?
round it goes. Connect, reconnect. It's not that simple.
All right, Sam. Just take it easy. I get it. You don't have to commit to anything now.
Is it just me or is the voice acting really bad for this cutscene?
Black man
Yeah,
doesn't get any
bad.
facial expressions because he's
It's
forced
bad
to wear a
in many
mask.
cutscenes. It's
Good idea.
it's very hammy,
We all need our
honestly.
Leave it too long and you're liable to reconnect
here we go.
with the other side.
His stand will
Necessary
be.
maintenance
He didn't actually kill the baby.
Various
Wouldn't you know
adjustments
it?
and fine-tuning for your benefit.
Tenacious D.
Use it
There we
again.
go.
Tenacious
That's the name
D,
of
that's his
Norman
name.
Reedus' stand. Yeah,
For once,
his
it
stand
seems
is
that
named
dooms and
Tenacious D.
babies are a
Good name.
combination.
What's its power?
Tenacious D is fun. His
That's
power
Exploder.
is.
That should be his power.
I was gonna
Perhaps
say
the two of
the
them have
greatest song
something
in the
to prove
universe
to
or whatever
one
the
another.
name of that one's called.
No,
What
no,
it's called?
It's called Tribute, you idiot.
Tribute. It is called
It's
Tribute.
not the greatest song in the world.
Right, yeah, it's a
No,
tribute to the
that
greatest
should
song.
be his stand
Actually,
ability. It's
he-
called
he-
Tribute.
No,
Yeah,
his
it's
stand should
tribute.
be similar to Koichi's in Part 4, where it grows throughout the series, because it starts off as a baby.
But it's also.
But what does that have to do with?
egg in it
What does
also.
that have to do with Tenacious D?
I vote for Tenacious D as his name as stand. We gotta figure
Yeah,
out.
we're just figuring out the name of it, not the power.
Honestly, yeah. If we want to put it into acts, then it should be the acts of the Pick Up Destiny album, and then the rising falling action of that. It'd be very entertaining. What else?
Why are there no
Welcome
good JoJo
to-
video games? I want some good
Sam.
stand-type gameplay.
I thought there was a good JoJo video game. Of course, I've never played it. But, like,
Everyone
There
keeps,
were-
everyone keeps recommending me the 1992 arcade game JoJo, and they're like, "Oh, just emulate it or find it online."
Listen,
And it's like,
You are Sam Strand.
You know,
That's actually really. It is pretty fun.
It's true. The
I've-
emulator,
I've-
find it online.
I've played it in person. It's actually really entertaining to play.
I know. Okay, okay.
There's
So the
funny
best
words.
Naruto.
There are RPGs.
Hold on,
Strand
hold
is
on.
part of a
Not
robot bond.
The
fighting
best-
games or beat 'em ups.
Stranded
The best
means
Naruto
being
game
washed up on the
is
shore,
the Assassin's
and being
Creed game.
stranded
Okay.
is when you can't go home.
There should be
sounds
a
kinda
good JoJo
dumb.
like that. Well, no. What had happened was while Ubisoft was working on Assassin's Creed, they made 2 Naruto games, The Broken Bond, and Mark of a Ninja or Path of a Ninja or something like that. And they both have like heavily Assassin's Creed
Thousands of miles
gameplay,
away.
the building, climbing, all
But
that
our
shit,
bond still holds.
and they're really
That
good
just
games.
means that they were lazy in their framework and just said, "Yeah, let's just use this for another."
Yeah,
Like,
but
game
it
companies do that all the
works.
time.
It
Did
works.
you-
It's
did you
fun
say-
climbing around the city
You're
as a ninja.
Did you say that a JoJo game? Did you imply at least that a JoJo game should be like an Assassin's Creed game?
No, and I'm
Oh,
saying
that-
is I
okay.
want something special like that, like unique to it. Like the
This
closest
feels
thing
unique,
One
it feels
Piece
like a
has is
ripoff.
that the closest thing One Piece has is that new fucking one where they're on a prison island, right? And it's like its own
Yeah, the
story.
one that was
and all
boring
that.
as hell.
Yeah, but like so like that.
She
But
got a
good.
long neck.
Isn't there a game called One Piece Romance Dawn? Isn't that like an RPG type thing where you follow the story of them throughout all
I'm
the
pretty
hours?
sure there has been one. I don't know, man. Is it?
I mean,
the
there's
question would
obviously the
be-
Pirate Warriors.
I gotta
game,
go. I'll see us around.
Alright, man.
When are we gonna do the Yu-Gi-Oh thing? Do the Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
but I want to stop making fun of me for trying to say something.
We'll do the Yu-Gi-Oh thing Thursday.
Okay, sure, that's fine. All right, and we're still meeting up on Wednesday for Utena.
Yeah. And then tomorrow I just wanted day to sleep.
Wait!
Oh, he already left. He was cutting out.
Like crazy.
Good morning, Sam.
But yeah, fucking the best Naruto games are not actually Naruto games. They're more Assassin's Creed game. I want JoJo to have its own fucking like twist. You know what I mean? So it's not just an arcade beat 'em up.
Oh, well, what do you mean? I mean, there's like a battle royale type of JoJo game, which honestly looks really cool, because it does operate on, you have to know how the stands work so you can work effectively in combat. Like you can set traps and stuff when the stand has the proper ability for it. So it is sort of trying new things
Well, I mean,
other
like,
than the fighting game.
okay. What about a JoJo game where it's like an RPG, not necessarily turn-based combat like an action RPG?
See how Bridges operates these days.
I don't, because there has been an RPG for JoJo, I believe. And that it existed. It wasn't really groundbreaking. I don't know. You have to give me a good game example.
I oversee delivery.
Like, are we talking?
Those there are strands.
I guess
Not
like
just used for
Final
combat,
Fantasy
for
now,
identification.
or Final Fantasy back then.
It would be difficult to make any given type of JoJo game that involves stands. It would be a sort of series of boss battles type of game, because that's the way you would incorporate each enemy having a different unique type of ability.
Yeah, I
So-
don't think it would work in many other gameplay styles.
So in some sense, the structure of a bullet hell, but obviously doesn't play at all like a bullet hell, because that wouldn't make any fucking sense either.
I guess. I don't know, man. Honestly, if there ever was a game like that for JoJo, I can't think of anything that would really fit. I guess,
Well, I mean, like,
if maybe one that's open world. I guess if we're working, like, it depends on if it's going to be based off of a
Probably
part
not
or if it's
either.
going to be its own thing.
well, okay. So here's my pitch, right? It's an action RPG, except it doesn't have levels up or anything like that. It maybe some bosses will give you certain bonuses, but you know those games where you go to fight a boss and the boss is basically a puzzle, but you have to use your abilities to figure out how to beat them. I think that would work the best with JoJo, because stands, you know, they all have their own wacky abilities, so every boss would be
Like
a
a Zelda
puzzle.
game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that would
Yeah,
work.
I guess. Basically, yeah. I guess a Zelda. Yeah, I guess that works. It would also have to have a lot of workshopping behind it. If you want it to be an original story, then it also have to come up with a bunch of stand abilities that don't feel like the last one, or feel at least somewhat unique and interesting to fight in combat. That could probably work. I'm no game developer expert. I only play them and go masturbate in the corner, but I think I can assume what could be good.
Alright, I'm gonna save the game. We've been going for like an hour and a half. I'm gonna call it. Thank you.